Is this the turning point in the crypto market? Can the bull run really take off now? Was that the bottom of the bull run that we have just seen? Is Donald Trump now taking a different course that is even positive for crypto, a new SEC chief, and Bitcoin, the fifth most valuable asset in the world? All here in the video. Hey, welcome to the Crypto Owl. Exciting. What's happening right now? And I'm glad again to report green numbers in the thumbnail, or finally something positive. Yes, very good. You might have noticed the channel was pretty quiet last week. That was due to the Easter holiday. That's now over and I'm back. And we can take a look at the crypto market together, which is, of course, very positive. I've explained this to you repeatedly in the short videos. So I actually tried to make a short video daily. It was difficult during the vacation. That doesn't work so well. But otherwise, I always try to do it daily, if time permits. Remember, it's still the holidays. So I'm not alone at home right now. We saw that this tweet here triggered quite a bit. This tweet from Donald Trump actually led to the possibility that Russia and Ukraine could make a deal this week so that they can do business with the USA again, to then both engage in successful trade, or yes, become wealthy again. These are the statements he also made as in interviews. Yes, and this tweet is actually the beginning of what is currently happening. And it is very exciting what is happening right now because the market is completely turning around. Additionally, it should be noted that there is an announcement that Trump and Xi want to meet in May, meaning the American and Chinese presidents. I have written this down again here, as these meetings could bring about the turning point. At the same time, we have M2, the money supply, which of the US dollar, which is rising significantly, and this has recently always led to Bitcoin roughly following this trend. And if it were approximately this trend, as you can see here in the past, yes, then we would take that and we would be heading towards $200. So I think we are not averse to that. At the same time, we also see that currently many new billions of stablecoins, specifically dollar stablecoins, are being printed right now. That's insane. So you're getting an intense market update with everything that's happening right now. For everyone who has said, oh, crypto is so boring, but what's happening there? The K chart is going up. What happened there? You're getting all of this right now. And we see here that 100 new million, then a billion was printed. April 27th, yesterday. Today, it continues. Another 60 million in USDC in this case, and almost another 100 million in USDC just added. Things are taking off here, and this shows or leads to the crypto market shooting up. If we take the live data that we are looking at here, we see the prices of major cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Solana, XRP. They are all shooting up. Currently green, no candles or green lines pointing upwards. According to the altcoin season index, we are still in a Bitcoin season, meaning Bitcoin is still rising dominantly and not in an altcoin season. We are very curious to see if this will move in the other direction soon. Yeah, the index is completely neutral, 52, but we see here the crypto market is rising after the crypto market was actually at the bottom. Look at this. Here we see it again on the 7th of April. So it wasn't long ago that the crypto market was really at the bottom and was nibbling at $2 billion. It was 2.0, 8 billion at its lowest point. Yes, and since then, we have been able to recover with this small setback again. But, as I said, we all know what's going on around Donald Trump, yes, and Bitcoin was able to gain a lot here. We also see that here. Let's look at the percentages from this tweet or from this statement. Whether it's true or not, we don't know. 11% in the Bitcoin chart, which started at $85,000. Respect, that looks very good, heading back towards $100,000. Yes, and this is absolutely exciting here. And I find it so great, I don't even know. Oh, you can also make it dark. Ah, looks nice. And these are the top assets. by market capitalization worldwide. That means having seen everything. Here, cryptocurrency has now been included. Many say, yes, actually, you can only take the ETF here, so it could also be blue. No, it's the cryptocurrency itself, because only the ETFs would have less market cap, to be quite honest. Then we have the precious metals like gold and silver. They are standing in first and seventh place. But what is completely new here is that Bitcoin is now in fifth place and has thus overtaken Google, meaning the organization or the large company, Alphabet. And we see, if we take the market cap here, yes, Nvidia is still a big step away. But let's imagine Bitcoin at $200,000. Then it would also be absolutely realistic to challenge Nvidia and perhaps even Microsoft. Apple still has a big lead and gold anyway. So we see exciting times. The prices are rising no matter where you look right now. Also, the stock prices, if we include the S&P 500, we also see that it is currently rising. The Nasdaq and the Dow Jones are also looking a bit positive right now, but the market hasn't started yet at the time of recording. So they might start soon. We can already take a look. Tesla will probably start positively. Google will start more positively. Microsoft will start more positively. These are the yellow lines. This is the pre-market. Even Coinbase will start earlier. So we are still seeing positive numbers today. The DAX also started positively today. Oh, what a wonderful day. It's nice to look at the prices. So it's very positive to observe the whole situation right now. And when Bitcoin is currently rising, no doubt, the value of wallets holding 4 Bitcoin also increases. And a wallet that holds a lot of Bitcoin is the founder's wallet, and namely Satoshi Nakamoto. The wallet Econ is back to a value of $100 billion with its icon Bitcoin. He has 1 million Bitcoin and has also received a few donations, as we can see here. So it's more than a million, because many people have donated to him over the time that Bitcoin has existed. It's very quite exciting to observe the whole situation right now. A positive market raises again the question, where do I buy cryptocurrencies? And my recommendation is Mexi. Mexi offers a welcome bonus of $8,000. And here, just for registering, you already get $20. And with the link in the video description, there's an additional 10% cashback. So sign up through that. It's extremely worth it. Additional bonuses if you're a trader, $87,800 are distributed every day. $100,000 futures bonus for as an arts leverage positions. So if you're interested in trading there, currently a huge event. We see it here, namely the 7-year event of MEX, a huge event. Just join here. The link for it can also be found in the video description or the pinned comment. You create a team or join a team, and together with your team, you can climb up the leaderboard and here take wonderful prizes. Check it out. $500,000 are distributed here. This is how the leaderboard looks, or the rankings. And this is the current leaderboard. You can simply join a team if you feel like it. But if you say, no, I just want to trade cryptocurrency or buy and hold cryptocurrency, then check out the spot area, because there you will find 2,600 cryptocurrencies that you can hold here and even transfer to your hardware wallet. In the futures area, you will find a lot, and in the rewards center, you will find much more. Currently, they have so many events running, you cannot list them all in a short video. So check out Mexi, use the link and get an additional 10% cashback. By the way, it's also available as an app. And it gets even more exciting when you look at companies that are currently investing in Bitcoin. We actually see mainly what is invested in Bitcoin, because that's the largest position, and others, well, are smaller investments, but you can see Bitcoin right on the blockchain. And you can currently see these images here. I find them so great. So when you see what's being acquired here, these are the images for it. So what Arkham provides, it's quite interesting to observe. When you analyze it, it's actually quickly explained, namely BlackRock has bought Bitcoin, MicroStrategy has bought Bitcoin, Fidelity has bought Bitcoin, and Grayscale has also struck again. Okay, yes, there are many ETFs involved except for MicroStrategy, but overall we see that Bitcoin is being acquired or bought here. Yeah, how else should the price rise? Also, a big company, namely Tesla, here, I love memes, and especially Naivi does very great things here. He will probably also be pronounced completely differently, but he really does great things. And one must honestly admit, Tesla continues to hold its Bitcoin. So it's positive to observe that Tesla continues to stick with Bitcoin, and many also claim that to this day, the whole Bitcoin topic will still be a big issue for many. Companies or large corporations that bring it onto their balance sheet, and specifically with Tesla, that Bitcoin payments will eventually return. So it's very, very exciting what's happening right now. If we look at the USA again, we see that there is a new SEC chief, namely Paul Atkins. This is no secret. It was also known, and Paul Atkins has positively spoken out about digital assets or cryptocurrencies, and that's a positive sign, as Michael Saylor has already written. He will be good for Bitcoin. That's his brief statement. And there's also a detailed video on it. So if anyone is interested in watching it, check out his inaugural speech and take a look at the new SEC chairman, Paul Atkins, who has just said that Bitcoin and crypto will be his top priority for the next 4 years, which will be wild. So that's a strong sign. And as long as Donald Trump is there, he will naturally support Paul Atkins, ensuring that he remains the SEC chief at the end of the day. So, positive signs for further crypto ETFs, for Bitcoin in general, that perhaps banks and so on will also drive this whole topic forward. So everything is positive, and we also need to look at this topic, namely US government bonds, because Donald Trump needs money. And he says, look, stable coins are a good thing. Digital dollars all over the world. Distribute. This means I can distribute my inflation through cryptocurrencies, which I don't even manage myself, around the world, because the dollar price adjusts. Yes, the stablecoin remains the same. And if the dollar becomes inflationary, so the whole topic becomes more and more worthless. That's new, because the value of the dollar decreases, and then the value of digital assets, namely stablecoins, also decreases. And in this way, he completely distributes his inflation around the world. And he said, look, I need money. I can distribute my inflation around the world. Now, I just need something from these stablecoin operators so that they ultimately help me, because they are already helping me. Yeah, but they could help me even more if I tell them, you can operate with the dollar as a stablecoin, as you wish. However, you must allocate a certain portion, and preferably all, of your profits or the money you generate or the money that is exchanged. So this means someone here is saying, I need $1 billion in stable coins. Then the stable coins say, no problem. Give me the $1 billion. I'll give it to you in stable coins and mint them. These are mostly exchanges, because the exchanges have so many requests. And then these stable coins are created. And these 100 billion, which are then actually backed. So it's not just that stable coins are created out of thin air, but they are truly backed with real money, whether through transfers or credit card payments. I mean, when you buy stable coins, money is sent elsewhere so that you receive a stable coin, yes. And this money should be invested in US Treasury bonds. And if they do that to a certain percentage, there are various figures, so you can't really commit to anything current, but ideally, of course, everything was seen then. And they can also act and have full backing from the USA or from Donald Trump. Win-win. Win-win-win-win. So it's a win for everyone. The stablecoins can continue. Donald Trump gets money, spreads the inflation, and the dollar remains the #1 currency. Incredible. And then there's the EU, which says, no, cryptocurrencies, that's not so nice. Yes, and then there's this interesting tweet about it, namely, according to Politico, warns the European Central Bank that Trump's pro-crypto stance is a financial effort, could trigger, yes, if of course in Europe crypto is not considered very good and the topic of Bitcoin ETFs is not highly praised, then it is of course logically that people who want to invest in this area or put digital assets on the balance sheet want to invest in Bitcoin, that they naturally look for alternatives. Yes, and if the USA is crypto friendly, why shouldn't I go there or invest there indirectly? Furthermore, the ECB fears that a rise in US-backed stablecoins, here we are on the topic, could lead to an exodus of European capital to the USA. Could. Ultimately, the capital is indeed deposited with the stable coins, but it doesn't necessarily flee to the USA because, for example, Tether is not even based in the USA. But if they comply with these regulations, they can continue to operate with the stablecoin and have nothing to fear. Additionally, Tether, based on the number of employees, which is really, it's not even 10 people running it, is the most valuable company in the world because they simply earn or generate so much money by circulating the stable coins, namely USDT, with just a few people. No? So if you take the employees and the volume or the earnings they generate, they are the most successful company measured by the number of employees. No? Crazy world. Absolutely crazy. And they are not even based in the USA, but they also have a lot as reserves. Bitcoin. And when Bitcoin rises more, USDT is minted or dollars are deposited, then it is the most profitable company in the world measured by the number of employees. So it's crazy what's happening there. Yes, and in the end, the money doesn't flow so heavily into the USA, but the money goes into the digital market. So there is a fear that the money is going to the USA. Tether is not even based in the USA. At the end of the day, the money goes into the digital market, namely Bitcoin, fulfillment and so on. So right now, altcoins can also benefit, even though we are not currently in an altcoin season. Altcoins would have to rise, and Bitcoin is not really rising, yes? But currently, Bitcoin is initially rising. We will still break the 100,000 mark. Very, very exciting, the whole topic. Yes, and the ECB, which is against cryptocurrencies, or rather against Bitcoin, naturally fears that if a country is pro-Bitcoin cryptocurrency, and people there also want to invest, which we are currently seeing, yes, then it is naturally logical that they are a bit nervous. And then they can just be a bit nervous. But now, then there was another topic, or rather a corporate group, call it what you will, which was also against Bitcoin and crypto, and that is the World Economic Forum. And that is also very exciting. This is not necessarily interesting for the crypto market, but the World Economic Forum initiates a few days after its resignation as chairman an investigation against its founder, Klaus Schwab, for financial misconduct. Interesting, the whole topic. If a new boss comes in here, and there is already an interim boss appointed, by the way, he has a red eye, and many people are saying again that he is a reptilian. The world is crazy. If a new one comes in, and he might even be pro-crypto, and suddenly at the World Economic Forum, even Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are discussed, then the whole thing could become interesting again. All the big companies are in there, and they naturally want to know what's happening in the global economy and where they can invest, of course. Yes, and if suddenly Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies play a role there, it could get exciting in Davos next year. Positive signs at the moment, one must really say. And you know, I'm a fan of memes out, and if you take the Bitcoin chart currently, then it might be possible to create a funny chart out of it. And yes, you know, I love memes, and then let's take this one here. Let's go to the dino. Do you want to walk with the dino neck? A, B, and moon. So we saw A, bounce, B, bounce here. The B bottom, or rather after that, it goes to the moon. And now we could ride this dino neck, and I love memes, and it could be very, very exciting. It's an old meme. So you see the Bitcoin price is still somewhere very high here. In any case, it's very funny to watch the whole thing unfold. And now, of course, the question to you, what do you think? Cryptocurrencies, buy? Which ones? Good question. Write in the comments what you currently think, but I'm finally happy to make positive videos again, unlike the past few weeks, where it was always, yes, this isn't going well. You know, Trump did this, and the Chinese are also bad, and the penguins are now agitating against Trump, and yes, you have heard it all. It was boring, and now it's exciting again. Look forward to great videos. Remember the shorts, whether on TikTok, Instagram, or here on YouTube. You can see everything there. Are you not following me there yet? Then it's time. In this sense, thank you very much for watching, and here's to more great courses. Until the next video.